Hello, in this tutorial we will see how to create a web server using an i3 remote mission interface, the i3RMI tool. First, create a project with all the ladder editor being configured and also the graphics editor being configured. So you'll be having all the application program required as normal for an i3 project. And then the only important points which we need to remember while creating the project is the hardware configuration. So you have to have a controller with a Ethernet port, inbuilt Ethernet port, and you have to click on config. You have to select the IP address and netmask and gateway, so you have to configure this correctly. And here in the Ftp settings, you have to configure the Ftp settings correctly. So you click on the Ftp, enable the Ftp, and you have to configure the selected protocol and give a username and a password. Once after creating this project, you have to go to the graphics editor. You have to select the config, user security configuration, create a couple of users, and also enable the i3RMI support for the same. Once after creating this, you have to download the project as normal, and then you have to click on file, save it as a new name for the project, and then open the new project as i3RMI web, for example. So I have saved the same program with a new name, and I have deleted all the program from the logic editor, and I have clicked on the hardware configuration. So instead of i3CX, I have changed it to Web Designer, and I have chosen a screen resolution required as i3 Web Design 1024/768. We do have two other resolution as well, 1200 by 800 and 1920 by 1080. So you can select as per the requirement, and you press OK, and then you open the viewer edit screens, which is the graphic editor, and take the graphic editor and go to the edit. You have publish website, so that is the i3RMI option. So to configure the i3RMI, you have to click on the publish website. You have the web FTP target IP. So this is the IP address which we have configured before in the hardware configuration for the controller, and the target folder, this is by default i3RMI. Click on the username and the password and enter the username and the password which we have configured for the FTP settings. Click on the OK, and then it will give the option for the licensing. So it will pick up the MAC ID of the controller which is connected to the PC, and here you do have the pages, users, and data points which is within the project, and here it's currently not licensed, so it's marked as red. And here you can click on the upgrade and enter the voucher code which is being received by email, and once you receive the email, click on the apply voucher. So it will go to the license server, get the correct code and make sure everything is fine, and then it will say success, voucher code applied successfully. You press OK. So then you will be able to see licensed with how many pages, how many users, and how many data points, and you can continue, and then it will export the pages, and you will be able to see, would you like to encode this for use on i3 web server? You press S, and website is published. Would you like to FTP these files to the web server? So there are two options to copy the files to the micro SD card. One is you will be able to FTP the files directly to the micro SD card from the PC, or the other option is within your documents folder there will be a new folder called i3 configurator, and will have another folder called i3RMI within it, and you will have exactly the same files what you will be FTPing to the controller in that, and you'll be able to physically copy and save it into the micro SD card and insert it. The only thing is the license need to be separately copied, and you press S. Will transfer the files to that micro SD card, and you will be able to actually launch the website project from there. So currently it is going through downloading all the files. So it is currently, you can see that you have totally 49 files and it is transferring one by one. So after finishing this, it will be able to finish the project download. So now it is about to finish the downloading, which is the FTPing the files to the microSD card of the controller. And once after finishing this, we will be able to see how you will be able to monitor and control the controller, all the screens directly from your PC. So now it has completed the operation. You'll be able to enter the IP address of the controller. You can enter the username and the password. Press login. It will come up with a license agreement, so you'll be able to see the terms and conditions of use of i3 remote machine interface. So you'll be able to actually go through all those things, make sure you understand the policy. And then we do have a checkbox, I accept the license, and which will enable the continue button. And here we do have the remote machine interface i3RMI. So here we do have some screens. So for example, this is just for example, we do have set point tables, process values, animations, trends, alarms, and home. So for example, the set points and switches you will be able to see. Here you'll be able to enable the pump, enter a ASCII value, or you'll be able to change the inverter command status. Also you'll be able to enter a different set point value, or you'll be able to use a slider. You can change the value to reflect the meter. Yes. And also if you go to the process value, you will be able to monitor all the values, so different temperatures or seconds. So this is just a bar graph showing how much seconds it's been. You will be able to see all the different values. You'll be able to monitor how much speed is going, and you will be able to see the animation. This is just an example, so you'll be able to have a animation, different animations. You can have a trend, so you'll be able to see. So currently I have configured this trend as seconds, so you'll be able to see the second and the minute currently, so you'll be able to see that. So you can have trends, you can have alarms. So here you'll be able to acknowledge alarms, for example, and you will be able to, so you have different colors for different objects. So red for current alarms, green for the alarms which are not are returned to normal state, and also if it is acknowledged, you'll be able to see it as blue. So you'll be able to see all those things. So just like what you are in front of the i3 controller, you'll be able to operate the same remotely, and you'll be able to see how things are working and all the different operations. Also within the i3 controller, you will be able to see do a auto synchronization mode, which will be in the web options. So you'll be able to enable a screen sync, so which means you will be able to have the same screen running both in the controller as well as in the web server. So this is just an option if you would like to have say for example show it to an operator from remotely. You will be able to actually go through the menus and you will be able to show it to the operator and for different options. Thank you for watching this video.